Welcome back to my channel. It's Masterpiece 59 here, bringing you a Raw with WWE Monday Night Raw review. So make sure you drop down all your thoughts, any hot takes you have, and of course, most of all, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get to it. We had opened up the show with the weigh-in between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. Obafemi would come out and get weighed as 302 pounds, and then out would come Brock, but he would lock Oba in the cage and he wouldn't come in. And then Paul would cut a promo and say how Obafemi is the underdog and how he can't beat him and he can't beat Brock in the cell. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Then afterwards, Obafemi will end up destroying the police officers. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have Alpha Academy versus The Vision. It was a pretty solid match. The Vision will end up picking up the win and, of course, attacking them afterwards, laying them out. Let me know your thoughts on this down below and if you're interested in this. Next, LA Knight would get interviewed by Jackie, and he would say how he's paranoid and how everything he said would happen with the bloodline, with them attacking people. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have Javon Evans versus Rusev in a really solid match. I really do enjoy their matches. I feel like they have amazing chemistry with each other. Javon Evans will end up picking up the win. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have a Joe Hendry and Danhausen concert, and man, this was a really funny segment with them performing the song, I Believe That You Are Cursed. I actually enjoyed the song, even though that was all they had. That it said they had the mini houses out there. They even had LA Clippers cheerleaders and dancers dancing out there. Ryan Garcia would join the conga line, and then he would end up attacking Joe Hendry with a guitar. And then the Judgment Day would lay out Danhausen and Joe Hendry. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have Ethan Page versus Rey Mysterio in a really good match. I really enjoyed the match. Ethan Page will end up picking up the win. Let me know your thoughts on the match down below. Next, we see Danhausen backstage being with the Danhausen, and they were all beaten up, being down. He would tell Adam Pearce to put the human monies on the pole, and Adam Pearce would say it's official. I'm not sure if it's going to be like they have to reach up and grab the monies. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have the Usos come out to give a warning shot to LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. Then Solo Sikoa will come out and say, this ain't the bloodline. The real bloodline has Solo Sikoa in it. Then here will come LA Knight, and he would say how he was screwed versus Jacob, and how Royce Keys was screwed in his #1 contendership match. Then him and Solo will come down to the ring, and then they would get into a brawl with the Usos. And then here will come Jacob Fott too. Then followed by Royce Keys, and then LA Knight, Solo Sikoa. And Royce Keys will end up laying them all out and standing tall. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Next, we have Raquel Rodriguez versus Sol Ruca for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I really did enjoy this match. It was a really awesome match if you ask me. Of course, the Judgment Day girls end up getting involved. And then here would come Io Sky to attempt to help Sol Ruca again. But this time it wouldn't work out in her favor. And Raquel Rodriguez will end up becoming the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. I'm so happy for Raquel Rodriguez. I love Sol Ruca too, but I do think that it was time for Raquel to be champion. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. And in the main event, there will be a promo between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Before Roman Reigns could even ask LA to acknowledge him, he get interrupted by Seth. And Roman will talk about how he needs to beat him, how he's the best champion, the only real champion and stuff. And Seth Rollins would say his kids will realize that Roman Reigns is a real B word. And then Roman Reigns would snap, and then they would get to brawling. And Seth Rollins would end up stumping him onto the chair, leading to Seth Rollins standing tall. Let me know your thoughts on this down below. Overall, I thought Raw was a pretty solid show for the last one before SummerSlam. Overall, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.